Hi, and welcome back to another of our series of videos that are going to help you to study. Again, use this video to help you. Some techniques will work for you and others won't. Again, it's all personal, but whatever, as long as you are doing something and something that works for you, keep doing it. So this is for learning terms and other information. So we've got two main techniques. The first one is word, phrase, sentence, and statement. And the second one is word, definition, synonym, antonym, and image. Now there are worksheets or blank sheets in your in your actual booklets as well that will help you with these, and you can use those or you can create your own. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as if you are going to choose to use this method, as long as you use it. Okay. So this is where, as teachers, we find this a bit frustrating. You can see on this little thing we've got a lovely little maths problem, and in the middle they've got then a miracle occurs, and then they get the answer. And again, it says here, I think you should be more explicit here in step 2. And for us as teachers, this is what this technique does. It's helping you as students to be more explicit, because you need to pretend that us markers are really dumb. We need to know what you know, and the only way we can do that is if you are explicit and tell us. So here we go. So word, phrase, sentence, statement. So this method is good for learning terms, dates, and any other sort of information. As you go through the process, try not to use the same words in each part of the process. And it's great for those who learn best through writing. And it's also great for building vocabulary and also extending your writing skills, because as you'll see, you'll go on. If you start and you leave it at an answer at word, well then you might only be at a band 3 level, but if you continue on to the statement or paragraph level through this process in your actual answering of questions and terms and bits and pieces, you're going to end up as band 6. So here we go. So the process is this. You need to write down the word. You turn that word into a phrase of between 2 and 4 words, turn that phrase into a sentence, and then turn that one sentence into 2 sentences. And if you want to take it even further, you can turn those 2 sentences into a paragraph. And again, it's just a good study technique if you've got a term or something that you need to learn. Okay, so let's give an example. So the first word we're going to use is the word trumpet. Of course, me being a music teacher, I'll pick an instrument. Here we go. So to turn that into a phrase, I would say it's a brass instrument, so it's describing that word. Moving along, you turn that into a sentence. So the trumpet belongs to the brass family of instruments in the orchestra. You can see how we're building on this. It's a bit of a like a pyramid. Then we make a statement, so we're looking for 2 sentences. The trumpet is a loud instrument that features a bell, valves, and a funnel-shaped mouthpiece. It can be classified as an aerophone or as part of the brass family. And you can see the big difference from trumpet through to a statement. That, as I said, if you wanted to leave something at a band 3 level, just do it as a one-word answer. But if you want to push yourself further, here we go, make a statement and do 2 sentences about that, then you're going to get a much better, a much higher mark. Here we go. So the next one is word, definition, synonym, antonym, and image. So again, this method is good for learning terms and unfamiliar words. It's great for those who learn best through writing. It's great for building vocabulary and also extending your writing skills. And you might like to create a table for this technique, but also in your study booklets that you've got, there's also a worksheet that you might like to use. For those of you who are a bit more visual, you might prefer that. So here we go, here's the steps. Firstly is the word. Then you've got to copy it and check your spelling. Again, please check your spelling. Then you need to write a definition. Then you write another word or words that are similar in meaning to the original word, which is your synonym. Then you write a word or words that are opposite in meaning, which is the antonym. And then finally, find an image to help you remember the word. But that image could be a diagram, it could be an actual image of the actual word, or it could be some visual representation of how you think that word looks like, or that character looks like, or whatever it actually happens to be. So let's do an example. So firstly, you write the word. We're going to start with the word humour. Then you simply copy it. Then you have a definition of the word. So you look it up and you find humour means funny, an event or joke that makes people laugh. Then you move on to a synonym. So in other words, something that's similar. So something that's similar to humour is funny or silly. Then you find out the antonym, which is the opposite in meaning. So an antonym for humour would be serious. And then find an image. And as you can see, this is a rather silly or humorous image. But if you prefer to create a table, it could look like this, and you can see that you've got the word, copy, definition, synonym, antonym, image. And again, you can see the bits and pieces filled in just as I have already explained. Now again, there is this, you can use this method and on a page, or you could take 1 page per term that you have to learn. It's really up to you, but the only way it's going to work is if you actually have a good go at it. And finally, study. Now some of you think this is the meaning of study, the act of texting, eating and watching TV with an open textbook nearby. Believe it or not, you need to, if you want to study, you actually have to have that textbook in front of you and those other things off and away. And that's it.